dual screen laptops and folding displays, oh, and PC giveaway info. When setting up a new PC, this is what I do. This is my test bench. It has a Ryzen 9 9950X 3D 2 on it. That's 16 cores, 32 threads, as well as an RTX 5090. This is the Asus ProArt. So yeah, it's kind of badass. Oh, and hi, I'm DePoets. If you haven't seen my content, I do a lot of stuff like this, as well as PC hardware giveaways, lifestyle tech giveaways. So stay tuned for a lot more of all of this. This is a fresh Windows 11 Pro installation. And before I go any further, I always check Task Manager because one, I have this area right here that I like to right click in, change graphics to logical processors so I can see all 16 cores and 32 threads of this Ryzen 9 9950X 3D2 processor. Next up, I go to memory because I already know that it's going to be pretty slow at 4,800 megatransfers for this DDR5, and yeah, we can improve upon that. Therefore, let's go into the BIOS. Oh, it is a lot of RAM, and I'm using Kingston Fury for this RAM. But before we do that, this did come up. This is the MSI Driver Utility Installer. I always install this because it is an MSI motherboard, so we want to make sure we have all the proper drivers installed. Unfortunately, this does come with some bloatware, so we want to deselect certain things to make sure we're not installing things that we just don't want. This does have 10 gig LAN, so yeah, we do want to make sure that we have that. And oh God, yeah, no Norton. And we don't need this and we don't need that. And yeah, so we just kind of go through, and a lot of this is going to be taste and preferences for how you like to have your PC set up as well. And then install. The MSI Meg X870E Ace Max is one of my favorite motherboards of all time. It is feature packed and has dual LAN, 5 gig and 10 gig, plus plenty of USB Type-C ports and the newer 64 megabyte BIOS. So they packed a lot into this BIOS for additional compatibility and more. And so as a best practice, I do always like to ensure that all of the drivers are properly installed before I start tweaking the RAM to increase the speed here. It's mainly more compatibility due to the updated drivers. 96 gigs is a lot, so we want to make sure that it's as stable as can possibly be. Additionally, when installing Windows 11, I did plug the Ethernet cable into the 5 gig LAN port, not the 10 gig LAN, because I already knew ahead of time that I was going to have to install drivers for it. Look, a pop-up. So it's downloading all the MediaTek Bluetooth drivers, Wi-Fi drivers, installing all that, plus that very important for me, 10 gig Super LAN drivers. Because my office here is all on a 10 gig network. And actually, this is the PC I'm setting to a winner. So now that that's all done, we're going to go into the BIOS to change the speed of the RAM. While the PC is booting, you go ahead and keep hitting delete until you get into the BIOS. And you can see here that we have 96 gigs of DDR5 RAM, and the speed is 4,800 megatransfers. So that's what we want to change. And then we can also change the CPU profiles for the fan, as well as the pump, and basically tweak the AIO fan curve. Right here is basically point and click for changing the memory speed. We're just going to do AXMP1 to start out with. If it doesn't load, then we'll go with AXMP2. And over here, you can even get creative with memory try it to literally try different settings for the RAM. Now for the fan curve, a lot of this is personal preference and based on what type of hardware you have. For the Arctic Liquid Freezer 3 Pro 420mm AIO, I'll leave the pump at 100%, and then the fans, I ramp them up until basically I can barely hear them. So here, pump sys fan 1, that's the pump, and that's at 100%. And so I have it set for 85 degrees Celsius at 50%, and basically down here, 40% down to 0 degrees Celsius. If the CPU goes past 85 degrees, then it starts to take off and really ramp up from there. So based on the ambient noise of my office, having this at around 1300 RPMs makes this inaudible. Hitting F10 shows the changes that I've made, and we're gonna hit yes. Now the test bench has 96 gigs, yes, but my Threadripper has 128, and that's DDR5 RDIMMs, and then the AI Halo here actually has 128 gigabytes of unified memory. But 96 gigs is good for a lot of testing. So I get to load a lot of AI models, definitely all games will fit in that, and it's still fast RAM. Now we are at 6,400 megatransfers. That means I'm not at a 1-to-1 ratio with the memory controller for this Ryzen 9 9950X 3D2 processor, so I want to reduce this to 6,000 megatransfers because it will actually potentially be faster. Long story short, it's maximizing the memory controller on the CPU. As you'll see here in Zen timings, the memory clock is at 3200, but the UCLK is at 1600. We want all of this to be at 1:1. We're back in the BIOS. I'm going to change the memory to this setting here, AXMP2, because I believe that is 6,000 megatransfers. Hit F10, and yes. Now we're down to 6,000 megatransfers, but for our memory clock and everything else, look at that. 1:1, 3,000 here and 3,000 here. That's what we want. Now we have less delay when it comes to the RAM and the CPU working together with the Infinity Fabric on AMD CPUs. Now for Windows in particular, don't forget to go to System and Windows Update to download and install everything right there. And a pro tip, go to the Advanced Options area in that same screen for Windows Update, and there'll most likely be some additional updates here. So just click on that and make sure you hit the drop down. Click on all of those right there and say download and install. And usually I do say get the latest updates as soon as they're available. Personal preference, doesn't really matter. And lastly, in Windows updates and advanced options, I do always select this, receive updates for other Microsoft products. Yes, this is an MSI motherboard, so I use MSI Center, which is the motherboard software, to adjust my RGB. Pretty. In a bit of tradition, I always go to ninite.com, right there, and then I just download all the apps that I need for whatever PC I'm putting together. Things like Steam, Discord, 7-Zip, like just select whatever you want. VLC, you know, go to town. And then it'll install everything that you select. And that's it. That's my average process for a fresh OS install. And obviously there's other things that you can do, and you don't need Ninite. There's all kinds of other options. There's various hardwares that have their own quirks as well. But for me, this has been working quite fine. I hope you found this new setup process informative. We have a lot more content to come, especially stuff like this. Which dual display laptop is actually best for your needs? Oh, and of course, more PC related giveaways.